Rashawn, the weekend ended so quickly.
So bad. It was like a blink of an eye.
Yeah. Wasn't yesterday just Friday? But Rashawn, I did see Haunted Mansion.
Oh, was it good?
Oh my gosh, it was so good. And it's not, Eddie Murphy's version had a different feel to it. This one has a different feel to it. There was a toddler. Somebody brought their toddler. The toddler was crying. I don't know if the toddler was crying because I went at the 11 o'clock showing. I don't know if the toddler was crying because it was scary, and it was, or if it was because they were tired. But it is very good. If they were giving Oscars to comedies, that movie deserves an Oscar.
I saw, I watched, they closed Tyrone.
How was it?
It was good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that. There's a lot that's coming up and it's on my list, but I'm in the twilight of my life, so I got to be careful what I waste my hours on.
It's a violation of.
Yeah.
Of the law. There's sometimes those.
The other ones. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, and we're having our Zoom book club meeting on Friday. Yep, so I'm going to set up a Zoom link and people can join us as we review. Well, not really review, I guess talk about Don't Let Her Stay. And how many people would have already put her out? Sean, that's when I would have said, excuse me, this may be a small town, but there are hotels here. So she would not have been staying, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, let me know you're here. If you don't answer and respond, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Brandon Pena. Brandon Pena. Oh, have a seat. Valerie Ramos is in custody. Antonio Rios, custody. Isaiah Escobedo, custody. Mark Ivy. Is he in custody or on bond?
He's home. Have him on bond.
All right, Mark Ivy. And custody is Rogelio Sanchez. Nicholas Cornelius. And custody is Pedro Matamoros. Keith Hernandez. Thank you. And custody is Kelvin Jones. Carla Ann Hernandez. Thank you. Parker Pimentel. Jason Romero. James Hernandez is in custody. Genevieve Lopez. And custody is Zachary Dikey. Elizabeth Teresa Maciel. Am I pronouncing the last name correctly? I pronounced the last name correctly. She's not even here to see that I did that. Elsa Morales. Renee Dela Cruz. Jose Monterez is at 11. Samantha Saldana, 11. Raymond Alejandro Jr. Thank you. Steve Terrazas Jr. Enrique Mendez. Yvonne Pettis is in custody. Alberto Soto, Mario Aguilar, Jonathan Yost, Rogelio Sanchez, Brittany Brubaker, custody. Manuel Rodriguez is at 11. All right, is there anyone who came in late or your name was not called? All right, these are the rules of the court. Attorneys, criminal trial division files are there. Family violence files are there. Vashon, could you raise your hand? That's the probation officer for this court. Do not crowd around her desk because that is her office. The only difference is that it has no walls. Do not turn your back to her because if you turn your back to her and she's sitting down, well, we know where you are. So do not crowd around her. Do not sit on her desk. Do not move papers around her desk. Just think about it in your office, but you want someone coming in, sitting on your desk and moving your papers around. Keep this area here clear because the deputies are in charge of securities. If something were to happen with security, deputies have my permission. If you're standing in their way, you know, if you end up getting tased or something, that's your own fault because you're in their way. So if they cannot see the people who are in the box, then we have a problem. Please do not approach the court unless you have conferred with the prosecutor and conferred with your client. If your client is in custody, yes, they need to be brought out. Do not leave the courtroom if you've requested your client to be out, because for security reasons, there are only so many inmates that can be in the box. And if you call your person to be brought out, they're brought out and you leave, you're being selfish because that means another attorney who's here can't have their person brought out. If your client wishes to speak in another language other than English, yes, you need to call the interpreter. When the interpreter is called down, please do not leave the courtroom because we have a limited number of interpreters and they're usually here in about 5 to 10 minutes. I know I say this all the time. People say I say this all the time. My mom says I say it all the time. But deputies, we are breaking exactly at 12 p.m. And if the clock strikes 12 and I'm still here, guess what's going to end up happening? My mom is going to call me and says, you need to break at 12. So at 12, there is no, I just have one more thing. Can you just look at this? No, it's cutting off at 12. Everyone here needs their lunch break as everyone else does. So today is Monday, a day for new beginnings. It's going to be great. Be kind and pleasant to each other, and everyone please confer. Michonne, we're really breaking at noon today. Diana, at noon, just walk away. Absolutely not. Well, I just asked you not to walk away, though, if you're in the middle of, if we're in the middle of the record. But after that, just walk away.
Good morning, Judge. I'm
Good
here on
morning.
Brandon Pena. Did he raise his hand?
Okay. Oh, yes, I have him.
Okay.
Thank you. But no, the deputies always tell me, everybody's standing in front of them. They can't see anything. And you know what my mom always says? Just make sure my baby's protected. And I'm trying to protect everybody else. All right, thank you. And I will write an affidavit saying, I told them not to stand in your way.
That's okay.
Okay, so after we have our book club meeting, our Zoom book club meeting on Friday. So I'll put a Zoom link up or announce a Zoom link on Thursday. But then our next book is going to be The Inmate, right? But Sean, is the next one The Inmate? All right. Who is The Inmate by? I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh, Frida McFadden.
It's not.
And it was a synopsis, so I thought, oh, I better check with them, but I'm like,
I don't inherit.
okay.
That'll save the sauce.
Yes. I do have, you mean The Inmate or the Don't Let Her Stay?
Let her stay.
Sure. Oh my gosh, it is a good book.
Yeah.
And this is why I cannot write books, because my book would have been over in 10 pages. Yes, she will be staying at a hotel. Thank you very much. Oh, the San Antonio Bar has where you can register for a chair massage for 10 minutes. August 2nd. What day of the week is that?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to probably be in trial. They have the 10-minute chair massage from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then on August 9th, from 11:30 to 1 p.m., they're having a 60 minutes of chair yoga and 30 minutes of meditation.
This is good.
Do you know how hard it is to do meditation, though? It's very hard. Oh, it is. All right, who's here on Raymond Alejandro?
It's like the effective date is.
All right, so on this, Donna, this is the case.
Oh.
Okay, so when do you think the record will be done? Okay,
Okay. Well, we will pay as soon as possible.
all right, so let me just tell you what I'm gonna do.
Would we have an amount up front that we would need to do? Okay, no, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I office with Ruben. He hasn't texted me that this morning. Just.
All right, because we're gonna be doing a jury trial, so
Yes, ma'am.
if y'all don't have your record, it's not because of her. So,
We will pay for it as soon as we can. Just
all right,
get a date,
so
Judge.
what I'm gonna do, because you're saying 30 days from payment, this is being set for jury trial in 30 days.
Okay, Judge.
And if you don't have it, it's not your fault. Because, and actually, I'll give you a little bit more. I'll set it in 45 days.
Oh, thank you, Judge.
So let me see
We
here.
will make sure that payment is made and we have the transcript ready to rock.
Well, not so much 45 days, but past the 30-day mark. And then, like I say, if you don't have it, it's not your fault. You haven't been paid. So.
Oh, that's fine. I don't think no, we don't need to. Thank
All
you.
right, and this still will be, I think how long did this trial last? 2 days, 3 days?
3 days, I think.
I believe it was 3 days.
Okay.
Correct. Correct.
All right, are you all up for trial? I'm gonna put you all September 11th.
I can check that. I think that's.
Because the 4th is a short week because there's Labor Day and then. Caroline? Can you put this case for jury trial on September 11th?
Yeah.
And just so you know, if it's set for September 11th, then we'll probably do jury selection on the 12th. But I'll put you down for September 11th.
September 11th.
Mhm.
Thank you, Judge.
And once you sign the reset form, you excuse.
Yes, thank you, Judge.
Sounds good.
All right, who's here on Rudolph Montoya? I see I finally have something without the block letters. Thank you.
Absolutely, Judge. It is. Yes, that's right. You stand here. Right. The other one is just trash, Judge. That was
Okay.
Travis.
All right, stay. On Rudolph Montoya, I think this is family violence.
Yes, right.
All right, so on this motion with regards to GPS, are you all saying that it's to be tracking only, or is it partial for work?
So my understanding from talking to Mr. Gross is that the defendant has employment purposes that he has to travel for, and he was having issues with having a curfew because of flight times and stuff. And so I said we could do tracking so long as he lets pretrial know exactly where he's going. Because I don't know if, I think the partial was causing issues.
Okay, the only problem?
Yeah.
Is that's not what this motion says.
Okay.
It says the defendant's curfew hours or partial GPS are hereby modified to tracking to allow the defendant to maintain employment. So that means it's just tracking only.
Okay.
Now, if you all want to put in here, because I don't know what y'all agreeing here to, if you want to say partial GPS for working. And I always tell the pretrial services officer that if their working is outside the curfew hours and they provide proof, hey, I was at work, then that's fine with the court. So is that what y'all are trying to do? Or,
Yes, Judge.
all right, who is this pretrial service officer?
No idea.
Let's see if we can find out, and we can zoom them in so we can let them know what.
Well,
the
they
intent is.
know about it. They're the ones that asked us to do this. They said, look, you've got curfew. And the problem is your curfew will apply if you're in another time zone
All right,
or if the flight extends.
Mhm.
Caroline, could you have Jonathan Tatlow zoom in?
Is he from pretrial?
Yes,
I'm sorry, you said Jonathan Tatlow?
yes, Tatlow. Do you need his number or anything?
No, I can look him up.
All right, thank you. So we'll have them zoom in so they'll know specifically what's being asked. And there won't be any confusion, because otherwise, when I do this, they're going to send it back and say, well, what does it mean? So just give us a moment. Once they zoom in here, we'll clear everything up.
Thanks, Judge.
Okay, you're welcome. Hey, Mr. Gross, this will be your last time here for this, because we're going to take care of it. And it's buried under there. Who's here on Enrique Mendez? All right, and where is Mr. Mendez? Come forward. All right, so this is set today?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and was an offer tendered?
No, Judge, not that kind of setting. It was set due to an affidavit of surety to surrender.
Ah,
So I spoke to you about this one last week on Friday.
yes.
So I went down to the satellite office, and because of the nature of the charge, satellite won't take them no matter what.
Ah,
So my request, we have no objection to the affidavit of surety to surrender. I'm going to get on the bond. My only request is that it just be signed later on this afternoon, so I can get him turned in this afternoon, tomorrow morning. Because if we do it now, he gets turned in, he
Mhm.
waits, and then gets transported several hours later, and then I get notified, and then I go to drop off the bond, versus I drop him and the bond off tomorrow morning, and it goes a lot quicker for him.
all
That's
right.
my only request.
All right, so here's my request. So if you will call the attorney who's on the bond currently.
Yeah.
and ask them if they're okay with that. The reason why I say that is because I have the motion before me.
Of course, Judge. And the other thing is we might actually have a deal today. So maybe. So we might even be taking care of it. But I just wanted to kind of see where the court was at. The attorney probably, I can tell you right now, attorney's not going to agree.
Oh, that's a shame that attorneys won't work together.
Oh, interesting situation, Judge. Talk about it later. But if that's the case, then Judge, then I'll just write the bond and get him out today. That's fine.
Okay, if you all want to confer today, you can go ahead and confer, and then you can approach me later on this.
I assume they'll have to approach you on it because I'll just say, no, don't sign it.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome.
Sorry.
They're going to come back on that one. Keith Hernandez,
Good morning, Judge.
good morning. All right, Mr. Hernandez, come forward.
Hello, Your Honor. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing all right, Miss. I wanted to ask you, I'm gonna go ahead and seek my own legal counsel, Miss. I do have, the funds to take care of that, and I also got my family gonna support me with that.
I understand that,
Yes, ma'am.
but you're scheduled for jury trial.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
whatever attorney you have,
Mm.
you're scheduled for jury trial. So they'll need to be back here and ready to proceed with trial tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I have a meeting with them at 2:30 today, so,
Okay, they'll need to be here for trial tomorrow.
all right, that's fine, Miss.
Judge, he has rejected the plea bargain offer. Are we being recalled for tomorrow?
Yes. And they'll give you, could I have a reset form?
How do I go about that, Judge? Will they know? They'll just, I show up with them, or I just show up?
Oh, no, you're
Yes,
the attorney that you hire. You
ma'am.
need to let him know that they are scheduled for jury trial.
Okay,
And the fact that you're just hiring them today, they're going to be ready for jury trial tomorrow. Do you understand?
I've been talking to them, yes, ma'am. I just want to make sure, yes, ma'am.
Yes, no problem. And counsel, you'll still need to be here tomorrow as well in case his attorney says, I'm not taking this case since you're going to trial tomorrow.
Okay, Judge.
And I'll give you the reset form.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Counsel, if you'll come around.
Judge.
And if you'll both sign that, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. You're welcome. Criminal Trial Division, that's Keith Hernandez, the possession less than a gram case. Carla Hernandez. Good morning. Carla and Hernandez, come forward, please. Hello, how's it going?
Good morning.
Good morning. So on this case, do you have all the discovery?
Judge, I just saw all the discovery, but I do not have a complete copy of it yet. I think that's more of a staff issue in my office than anything in this.
All right, state, were you able to tender an offer?
Yes.
sir.
Actually, Judge, there are a couple of offers. I did confer with him and gave him some more information which may change the offer.
All right. How much time are you asking for, counsel?
Couple of weeks, Judge. I don't need a lot of time.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Carla Hernandez, I need a reset date for a plea deadline date for 2 weeks. Is that enough time?
Well, you know what? 2 weeks, I'll be on the 437th.
3 weeks?
Very old one, 3 weeks.
3 weeks, please.
I can do August 22nd.
August 22nd. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. And thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. Yeah. Deputy Laura, I always say this to everybody. When you have your color, that thing about your summer, you're in autumn, your fall, that is so true. Green is your color.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you all back on August 22nd.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Yes, it's coming back for jury trial tomorrow. Yes. And they did a reset form. I had to fill out one.
Oh. You just got here? First row.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, Mr. Gross, pretrial services should be logging on in a few seconds. All right, thank you. Diana, the San Antonio Bar Association is having a CLE and trivia. Current events and America's greatest hits. We need to sign up for that. We would win. I'm signing you up. And I need to have a phone a friend too. I don't know if I'll let Vashon be my phone a friend or not.
I'm sorry.
Would you be my phone a friend for trivia? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there, Charles. Charles, but you on my team. You're my teammate. Well, they say it's current events and America's greatest hits. I don't know if America's greatest hits is that music or something else. Oh no, he's my teammate, but I need a phone a friend. I will tell you, if the greatest hits is new music, I'm in trouble. But if it's oldies and classics, I'm good to go. Charles and I were supposed to be in a Amazing Race.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's the Amazing Race Senior.
Yeah, it does. But Charles knows I cannot swim and I cannot drive a stick shift. I can read a map. You give me some Louisiana hot sauce and a Coca-Cola, the food will not be a problem. And I know trivia. Yeah, I think Charles and I will win it. Yes. Oh, Charles told me he knows how to drive stick shift.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, so you've got to have somebody who balances your weaknesses. It wouldn't do us any good if both of us could drive a stick shift. It's like, and if both of us could swim. But I am working on my swimming ability. I've signed up for lessons. Yes. Well, you never know, because I may decide to go on a cruise, which I've never been on a cruise before, because I can't swim. Oh, I do, but still, I feel like I need to know how to swim. Because what if the boat were to go down, even though they have the little float things for you? What if they say, I'm sorry, the boat is not big enough. You all are going to have to take turns trading water. I need to be prepared.
Have all the restaurants.
I haven't got to see
Some of the places.
Yeah.
Tell me about it, so.
I researched the salaries.
We talked to, And then you find out no Bill Reese, Bill Reese.
I know the name.
Also, the benchmark.
You know, I was thinking while I was there.
Be tough here. That's what we're having. I'm sorry.
Mr. Gross, we're ready.
Let's do it running again. Thought it would be.
All right.
Would be your cue. Yeah.
Freddie Williams. Let me see if I can get him to unmute.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes. So this case is 2019 CR 9952 Rudolph Montoya. And they're asking that he be allowed to travel for work. He does have a curfew, so I want it to be that he still has a curfew, but if his work hours are outside his curfew time, that's okay. And he'll just need to provide you proof 24 hours afterwards. Sorry, Freddie. Yes.
Okay, there we go.
All right. And he'll just need to provide you with proof within 24 hours of the previous work schedule. Are you able to do that?
Yeah, that's just pretty much what he'll have to do is just give me like a 24-hour notice of the time frame he'll have to work from.
Is that going to be a problem?
That sounds fine, Judge. So that'll allow him to fly, for instance, to Baltimore outside of curfew hours, as long as he lets pretrial know afterwards.
Yes.
Oh, he's trying to fly to Baltimore?
Well, that's just an example.
Well, sometimes he has to fly to different places, but he still needs to provide proof that it's actually for work and not, oh, I'm in Vegas.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so quick question. Because how we do it is that we'll have to submit a travel permit and which we'll send it to you, Judge. And I was trying to figure out because normally when we do that is because they're on tracking. Because right now I guess he's it's kind of like a partial with a curfew.
Yes.
So my thing is are you going to grant him GPS tracking in order to do so?
Well, let me ask you this, because I still, even though it says tracking, I just don't want him doing whatever he wants to do. Is it a way to put in there tracking for work?
No, ma'am. That's basically just GPS partial.
Okay. So you're saying tracking will be best?
Yes, because that's how we'll be able to submit the travel permit in order to you for him to for travel purposes.
All right. So then I will put in GPS tracking, but counsel, he's down for GPS tracking, but he's going to have to provide the court with his work schedule that he's actually working.
Pretrial or the court, Judge?
The court, because with tracking for them, it's just tracking.
Yeah, that's it.
And in what format do we?
I'm sorry, just 1 second, everyone. Hello? I'm sorry, when your neighbor calls, you always think, hey, what's happened? You know, is the house on fire? So the house is not on fire. But so this is what we'll do then. Freddie, for tracking with you all, he'll still have to provide proof that it's work.
Yeah, like if he's trying to like travel out of like I guess it's 75-mile radius, that's what he's supposed to get. Like he get a 75-mile limit. We have to submit a travel permit to you to sign off on before he can go anywhere.
So the court already filed, I should have told you ahead of time. The court already signed off on the authorization for him to travel.
Okay,
No more than 4 days on a travel permit, so that we don't have to keep bothering pretrial with these requests. However, we just have to confirm with pretrial that it's for business purposes, like you
Yes.
were saying, Judge, not to go to Vegas or whatnot. So
Okay.
that's already been taken care of. Pretrial had a concern when we had that signed. They said, look, you're on a curfew 9 to 5, your flight leaves at 8 or gets in at 8, you're out of curfew.
Mhm.
And so what we want to do is what you were just talking about, Judge, and Mr. Williams, where tracking so that he doesn't have to worry about the curfew as long as he provides pretrial with proof that it's for work, not for pleasure.
okay. So counsel, you understand that I'm signing this and I know you should not be signing things that are not what's intended, but I'm trying to figure out how to let him work. But let your client know this is for work purposes only.
Absolutely.
If it's discovered that he's doing something other than work, we're gonna have a problem.
Absolutely, Judge.
And so, Mr. Williams, I'm gonna sign this. But we all know the reason why I'm signing it for tracking is because that makes it easier for pretrial and I can't do curfew. But everyone here knows it's for work only.
Work purposes only.
Absolutely, Judge.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
You're
All right,
welcome, sir.
thanks so much for zooming in.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right. And if you want to, they'll give you a copy of this order.
Yes, if I could, please, so that way I could put it in his file.
Okay. Caroline,
Thank
is there any way you can get a copy to defense and a copy to Freddie? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yvonne Pettis. Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I heard you were ill.
Yes, I spent the last day in Florida in bed.
Aw,
My wife got the privilege
I think she may need a chair.
of driving home.
All right. So you drove?
We drove. I only could drive 2 hours on the way back. It's not been an issue.
So how were the children?
The kids were better than me.
Yeah. All right, so an offer has been tendered. Is she accepting the offer or this scheduled for jury trial?
Scheduled for jury trial.
All right.
Also, Judge, we have an expert. He noticed that we were missing some things from university. I don't think it's gonna really change anything from the perspective of the state, so we would still ask for a trial date, but I just wanted to make the court aware. that
All right,
it's still out
so Ms. Perez, after today, the court is, oh, you can remain seated. After today, the court is not accepting any plea bargain agreements in this case. So after today, if you're not accepting the offer that's been tendered or no agreement is happening today, then the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So how long are you all expecting this trial?
I would say a week, it could go to 2 weeks.
Are there 13-hour videos?
No, just a lot of expert witness.
This will be probably 4 days then. And what we'll do is for this one, we may end up doing jury selection on Monday, which you'll see. Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date for this. And could you put this sort of quick, fast, and hurry? Okay. And we're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 11873, State of Texas versus Yvonne Monica Perez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense?
Matthew Allen.
Are you Ms. Perez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're gonna have to speak up. Nobody can hear you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, was an offer tendered to you
Yes,
by
Your
the
Honor.
state? And Ms. Perez, are you aware of the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, what's the jury trial date?
I can do November 14th.
We can't do it any sooner than that. I want September or October.
We already have 1/7. In the beginning of September.
No, for the judicial conference.
Correct.
But yeah, can we put it for the 18th? I know what our rules are.
Of September?
Yes. Will you?
Okay.
I'll be not in the state on 18th.
Oh, where will you be?
Anaheim. This is the first time.
Oh, well, you got to spend time with your son. Can we put it for the 25th of September then? And then what we'll do is your other date, we'll do something else.
I will be here.
What date is
Is the 25th,
that's criminal trial division?
September 25th?
Yes.
What are they trying in on September 25th?
That's after gonna run into Rickey's.
October 3rd, we have another case with very similar and another dead child case at October 3rd.
What if we were to put it on August 21st or 28th?
28th, I have criminal trial division on the
All right, 21st.
Georgia, I'm not,
Oh, you got to be gone.
no, I'll be here, but I'm expecting to be in trial on the 186. It's a well, now it's a sexual assault of a child. The case is about 4 years old.
Oh, we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll drop theirs, right?
Judge, on the 21st, readings and trial with,
That's when we did the impact case with Lee Cutter for Manny Rodriguez.
Okay. August 7th.
August 7th.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything, but
I guess my concern would be with, I don't know if we're gonna have the records back for his expert in time for his, I don't know if his expert. would even-
I have Mary Diaz, I have several others.
it's ambitious.
But see, here's the thing. We keep setting these cases and stuff doesn't go. So let's just pick a date and we'll see what goes. Either it won't go or either something will be in front of it or it won't.
If we could lock in the November date. I'm not trying to push cases out. I try.
Oh, I
a lot of
understand.
cases.
Oh, no, I know you try a lot of cases and I know in here people try a lot of cases because we're in trial every week, but she's in custody and I want this case tried. So. Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
give me a date. That's not in November. October, the latest.
Well, October 31st, to October 31st.
All right, put it on October 30th.
October 30th.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, you'll get a reset form. We'll see you back on October 30th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Hold on, Janice. You got it?
But yeah. Like extreme. Yeah. That goes to read too, though.
All right, who's here on Elizabeth Maciel? Hi, where's your client? All right, come forward. Hello, why were you late?
I was downstairs.
All
We
right,
parked a little bit far in the walk.
okay. All right, you need to make sure that you calculate that in your time because you cannot be late for court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So where are we on this case?
Your Honor, I've been conferring with the state on this matter. We are asking the court for one reset so I can get some mitigation evidence for the state to maybe consider a different offer at this point. Judge.
All right, so do you have all the discovery?
I should already, yes. Last I checked.
There is one unindicted case, Judge, and I'm not sure we have everything on, it's in a similar, it's also a theft.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure we have everything on that case, Judge.
All right, and are you on that case as well?
I should be. I have the misdemeanor case in this case, so I don't see why I wouldn't have the other case.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you reset this for a pre-deadline date in 30 days?
No issues.
Yeah, I think they will get it right, I believe. All right, who are the parties on Escobedo? Court is calling 2020 CR 2546 State of Texas versus Isaiah Noel Escobedo. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Zachary Munoz for the defense.
Are you Isaiah Noel Escobedo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision and first amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Isaiah Noel Escobedo who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 2546 for the offense of possession with intent to deliver penalty group 2, 4 grams to 400 grams on November 30th, 2020 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
It's on the first amended motion to adjudicate probation, Judge. It's violated condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Isaiah Noel Escobedo, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of February, March, April, and May 2023 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
That's true.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Judge, it's agreed revocation. It's gonna be for 6 years to do TDC and to run it concurrent with county court cause numbers 707148.
All right, is that your agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
And are you asking the court to follow this agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, find you guilty, grant the motion, sentence you to 6 years in prison. This will run concurrent with 707148. Give you credit for any time served. And let me see. All right, was the $120 ever paid to Live Oak for drug testing?
No.
Your Honor, the way that it's listed, the remaining value to that is $55.60.
All right, there's to be a restitution of $55.62 to Live Oak PD for drug testing. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. All you had to do was report. And you didn't do it. How old are you?
24.
All right. I see that. I know that you have children because I order parenting classes. You're going to have to do better. If your intention in this life is not to do better, then don't be in your children's lives. Because each time you leave them and they think that you're going to be their father and you're going to do everything that you're supposed to do and you leave them, it breaks their heart. So don't come back into life if you're not planning on bettering yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't be the person who's in and out of the prison system and become institutionalized where you think prison is a great home. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to have to do better. All right. Good luck to you.
Let me go see if they're available.
Who's here? Jason Anthony Romero. Jason Anthony Romero, if you'll come forward, please.
No, Judge. He's in custody, Judge.
All right. Have you had him brought out?
No, Judge, I didn't want to bring up since we It's a new case he just got arrested on.
All right, yeah, he needs to be brought out so he knows what's going on with his case.
He's not here.
He's not
Oh,
here.
he wasn't ordered. Okay.
No, he's not in custody, Your Honor. He's out.
Oh, yeah, he's on bond. Hi, Hunter, how's it going? All right.
Well, you're the, I mean, we excuse this.
Well, no, I mean, if he's not here and he's on bond, we're gonna hear whether or not his bond should be revoked.
I haven't heard from him at all.
All right. You want to see who the bondsman is and try calling the bondsman?
Settings.
I mean, if you would like to do that, I'll give you a chance to do that.
On a PR bond.
On all cases?
The reason I thought he was in custody, just I checked this morning on the system and it showed him he was in jail, so.
Okay.
Yeah, he is in jail. He is? Yeah, he just probably got picked up.
All right. Let's recall this for tomorrow.
Yeah, he was picked up last night.
All right, we'll recall it for tomorrow.
Okay, just tomorrow morning.
All right,
Maybe
thank
excuse
you.
Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, who's here on Kevin Jones?
Mr. Jones?
Hello.
Hi, Judge.
Yes, you're still my partner.
Good.
All right, so last time you were in jury trial,
I
so that's
was.
why you were not here. So where are we on this case? Do you,
Still conferring, getting some discovery squared away and knocking all that out.
all right. And state, were you able to tender an offer or no?
Judge, I wasn't this morning, but I will talk to Mr. Bunk off docket if that's okay.
Yes. Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
on Kevin Jones, if I can have a 30-day reset for discovery?
Yes, I can do August 31st.
All right. We'll see you all back on August 31st.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Friday or something. No, we got hired on.
Deputy Laura, on James Hernandez, his attorney is in jury trial. Ms. Ferguson, can I get a reset on James Hernandez for 2 weeks?
I can do August 18th.
All right, can you let him know that we're going to bring him back on August 15th?
Yes, ma'am.
I see.
Oops, sorry.
I'll maybe have some fire out Stephen move combine, either bring a drive and get all the stuff on the.
So, Shane.
Mark Ivy. Nicholas Cornelius. Okay, thank you. Renee Dela Cruz. Okay, supposedly tomorrow they're having a fundraiser with the clerk's office, chicken on a stick. Can you put chicken on a stick?
Judge, please tell me you have that chicken.
Don't tell me. Oh my God. That's like a San Antonio sin.
Who puts chicken on a stick?
Oh my God.
Stop.
Yeah. And the photo they showing, it's a chicken, looks like a chicken patty
It's a chicken fried chicken on a stick.
with bread on top and then a pepper on top of that.
That's crazy.
Okay, here's the thing. I could not believe they were doing pork chop. I've had pork chop on a stick.
And
I'm wondering still why you put pork chop on a stick, but I ate it. It was.
They're always good.
They are. Is there somebody screaming on the hallway?
No. That's for them.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
You got it.
I told them to stop.
Got it at a festival.
Yes, it was.
With the grill.
I don't remember.
Bet it was. It's easy to cook them on a stick.
Yes. I mean, still, I will say the best pork chop I've ever had has been my own from the George Foreman Grill.
Have you been to Perry's?
Which stores was that? George?
The father.
Serious question. Have you been to Perry's Steakhouse?
No, I have not.
You need to
No, I take that back. Is it sort of the old style feel? I think I've been there.
It's I don't think it's old style feel. It's it's in La Cantera.
No, I have not been.
They're known for their pork chop and it is next level pork chop.
Okay.
On Friday, you can go for their lunch special and they give you a half portion, which is still really big.
All right. Is it better than the Outback pork chop?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Have you had the Outback pork chop?
No, but I can. Perry's pork chop is an elite of their own.
Perry's is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I mean, it's not on a stick. So there's no comparison.
Okay. I'm gonna have to try it. But wow, chicken on a stick. Who would have thought to put chicken on a stick?
Judge, you need to do Fiesta more.
I know. You know what? I've done Fiesta twice in my lifetime. The first time I did it, I actually worked a booth at Fiesta. And it was at St. Mary's.
But that's the oyster, but that's just.
No. This was Fiesta. So I worked a booth there, and then I forget where we worked a booth downtown. And I was wearing shorts because it was super hot. And I didn't realize that the grass gets torn down and the wind would blow and the sand and dirt kept hitting my legs and my legs were stinging.
Oh.
So then I said, I'm done. I even gave tickets away. I'm like, here, you want these tickets? It's for whatever, I'm done. But then I finally decided to do Fiesta, and everybody said, you have to do a taste of New Orleans. And I was like, okay, let me do the taste of New Orleans. Well, I met some great people.
Yeah. Yeah, my first year here, because I went to law school in New Orleans.
Mhm.
My first year here, we were like, oh, taste of New Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's New Orleans. Via San Antonio.
Yeah.
It's really hot. It is
Mhm.
really hot in there, so.
But I'm still working my way through the taste of San Antonio.
I thought there was only three. Beef bread, barbacoa.
They're showing me different things. Jim, they introduced me to corn in a cup. I guess that's what it's called. Yeah.
Corn on the cob.
No, in a cup.
Oh, yeah, that's from Fiesta. Isn't it?
Yeah. And then they introduced me to churros. I was like, wow.
Churros and ice cream.
Oh, I've never had it with vanilla ice cream.
There are reasons why.
Yeah. So I'm doing they're slowly introducing me to food that I should know something about. So a chicken on a stick is going to be $8, and a chicken on a stick and a drink is 10. Oh, but here they say all donations benefit the district clerk's office Christmas party.
Yeah. You're still thinking about it? I got some real. Do you know what? Yes. Dedicating it. 2023. I mean. 5, 3, 2 minutes. First set of. Talking about the. Okay. They call. They got this close. They call. Do they have medical or they're just not?
Nothing else to do but play with your chair.
Yes.
I'm here on Brandon Pena. He's been here this morning.
Brandon who?
Brendan Pena.
Oh, where is he?
He was here and he is no longer here. I'm
All right.
trying to reach him on the phone and
Okay.
apparently going straight to voicemail.
All right. Can I see the file on Brandon Pena?
The MTR.
Oh, do you know who went to the restroom?
I'm sorry, yes.
Do you know if he went to the restroom?
Well, that's what I was thinking about.
I can't reach him on his cell phone.
All right, how long has he been gone?
10 minutes.
All right, you want to give him till 10:40?
Yeah. It is the 7th.
Okay,
Give him like 15 minutes and see if
All
he
right.
shows up. But
Yes.
we have an agreement with the state on this case.
all right, then just approach.
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor, may I be excused to go to two other courts real quick?
Sure. Elsa Morales? Yes, yes.
Yes, Mr. Morales, our first setting, we've got a.
Oh, you're on this side, counsel. All right, so where are we on discovery?
I believe we have all the discovery. We have an offer from the state, our first setting, and are discussing our options. Like the court to grant us a recess in this case, possible.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, bring this back in 2 weeks for a plea deadline date, please. It's Elsa Morales.
I think you need on this, Judge. I have it as Mireles.
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 That's my southern accent
Yeah,
coming
that's
up from
it.
Louisiana.
That's actually what she
Sorry.
said.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I was like listening, I was like, do I have the wrong case?
Yeah.
I can do August 14th.
All right, August 14th is your plea deadline date. Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form, then you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Definitely not as bad as Judge Garahan.
Genevieve Lopez. All right, where are we on discovery?
Your discovery, I believe at this point is complete. There was still outstanding CPS records, as well as some surveillance footage, but those have since been uploaded and made available to council.
All right, and the CPS records are available?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Does there need to be a protective order signed?
Let me get one signed, Judge. Just
All right, thank you.
So you having fun yet?
Has an offer been tendered?
They just gave me an offer, but we're rejecting that, and basically what it amounts to, I'm gonna make an office conference appointment with Ruben.
Mhm.
And my client had an appointment with me, was it last Sunday? He was supposed to bring me all our information because we do have a mitigating circumstances.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 3-week reset on Genevieve Lopez? It's a plea deadline date. All right. On August 24th, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. After that, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand? All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Parker Pimentel. All right, Mr. Pimentel, the court is aware of the issues regarding the complainant and his mental health issues and everything that's going on. But sometimes people, when they're caretaker for people, sometimes they need a reset or they need respite. So you're going to have to find someone who can help you, that can give you a break from time to time. Otherwise, we're going to be back here. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else from either side?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Will you excused?
Yes,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. Deputy Laura, I'm trying not to jinx us.
No, don't even think of
It's like Ghostbusters. It's in my mind. Okay, sure.
Oh. Good, unauthorized shooting. This one is June 2023. So I guess. I don't know if there's a bond in between or not. Well, I guess the orange one, that's it. Oh, wait a second. I guess they're retired. I'm sure. They just. Well, that's better than, I guess that's a little better. Gives me a chance. Even though it's.
They want, if we can get probation.
I mean, you know, think of it. But ladies and gentlemen, sure. Well, I don't get that.
It's strange.
Oh, well, I mean, is it? I mean, semi.
Yes. Oh, good morning. Hey. Yeah. Okay. Are you looking for criminal trial division? They just stepped into the hallway.
Oh. Come on, Judge.
Good morning. How's it going?
Well, this, I think it happened before. With family. Just driving, I know I'm busy. Get stopped. Still in the home.
Do they get an apology? Or does it turn into something else?
Family.
Mhm. Yes. No. I hear you. Oh, there they are.
I saw you on thinking about
Remember that. Don't look at this price too hard. Basically.
I got one thing.
Who's here? Renee Dela Cruz? Hello. Good morning. Where's your client?
He is not here and my office has not had contact with him, so
All right. Is he on a commercial bond?
I believe so.
Do you want to call the bondsman?
I will. I just need to figure out who the bondsman is and then,
All right. If you ask the clerk, they'll be able to tell you, and then I'll take this matter up.
okay, thank you,
All
Judge.
right, sure.
May I be excused?
Sure.
Thank you.
Mark Ivy.
What? Oh, my dad. Two of us. Well, you need to know if you're gonna do some more. It's all the same thing. And then you go and then right over the holler from there.
Innovator.
You're looking at the wrong. I know, I'm a trader.
I'm not a huge fan. There's a bunch of stuff.
We always have snacks. No, we do not have pork chop on a stick.
He just thinks that something's over here. Trump hits the ground, you know, those people.
There's not that many around. That you don't really around.
Now, yeah, I told him, I want to assassinate. And I'm like, I tried to say, if you want to assassinate, you can do it. Yeah. All right, let's go back over here. Well, the only problem is that you can find something that is. You actually find.
Yes. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
All right, could I have a prosecutor on Renee Dela Cruz, please? And Deputy, could you make an announcement for Dela Cruz? All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 5732, State of Texas versus Renee Dela Cruz. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Anita Colley on behalf of Mr. De La Cruz.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:46 a.m. The defendant has not made an appearance. Deputy, did you make an announcement for Renee Dela Cruz?
Yes, Your Honor, there was no answer and there's no one out there.
Defense, do you know where your client is?
Judge, no, the number we have for him is going straight to voicemail. I did try to call his bondsman and nobody picked up. It's a weird bondsman. It's like Project Texas Organization or something.
I know who you're talking about. Can you look and see if this is a bond that Top made for him? It's 2023 CR 5732.
And that went to a Google mailbox. And nobody picked
It's a 5702, Judge?
2023 5732.
Project?
That's who made it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, state.
Your Honor, we asked for a bond forfeiture.
That will be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond.
Okay, thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes. 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 Did he return?
He has not returned, and I believe he's done the Elvis thing, Judge.
All right, we're going to take that up. Is he on a commercial bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, could I see a prosecutor on this case? Court is calling 2020 CR 1209, State of Texas versus Brandon Rocky Pena. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
Jesse Rivera did.
All right. Mr. Pena did answer docket call this morning, but has since disappeared. Counsel, do you know where your client is?
I do not at this time. No.
And did you attempt to contact his bondsman?
I have not, but I
Do you-
talked to him.
All right,
I saw him here, Your Honor.
all right. State,
State's requesting a bond forfeiture, Your Honor.
that will be granted and your client will be remanded without bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
May I be excused?
Yes. All right, Norma, we need Todd McCray.
He's coming, Judge, I text him, and I have everything's a motor, I can be seeing him.
All right. And Mike Sawyer.
I just emailed his office. Asking him to stop by, please.
And I see Robert Gown is here. Jackson Lindsay is here. Lorraine Efron.
I just finished texting her, Judge, and
And then we have,
on the way, Judge.
okay. And then we have Sergio Ibarra. I think I saw him.
He's here, he's in the back.
Thank you. Jesse Hernandez.
I will text him, Judge.
Ron Ross. Someone from,
Text me, ask the mom came in.
okay.
I don't know, if I was, no, she came in and out.
And then we need someone from the Public Defender's Office. And then Lee Cutter is to be here at 11.
Someone from the public defender's office?
Yes. That is for, it's supposed to be Sarah Mays on Marco.
Yeah,
I'm-
she was texting me, asking me if the mom showed up.
All
I told
right.
her I didn't know if anybody approached.
All right. Is there a mother here for Mario Aguilar? That would be a no. Call his attorney. If you call that defendant's attorney,
He was out of town. Remember, he was out of town and Sarah May's asked if he can do just that. So she was in here bringing in.
okay. All right, can you text his attorney and let him know that his client didn't show, neither did his mother?
His client isn't here.
All right, well, let him know that his mother did not show. And if Deputy Laura, if you could bring him out. It is Mario Aguilar. Nicholas Cornelius.
He's here, Judge.
All right. All right, what is happening with this case? I know there was an issue where he was in federal custody.
For a very long time, 15 months, Judge, he was in federal custody. We're now back in state. He's on bond now. We're here now. I've conferred with the state. They're going to take a review of it. Hopefully we can work it out either one way or the other. But just so the court is aware, I'm going to be in the hospital all day Wednesday because my wife's giving birth to our fourth child. So
Oh, wow.
as far as trying the case this week, it's not going to be very likely. for that reason.
Well, congratulations. Are you planning on going there to only to pass out? Or are you going to be of help?
No, I've helped with the 3 others, so I'm going to
Oh,
help as much
you're
as I can.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Tried and true, done this before.
All right. So when are you going to be there for that?
It'll be Wednesday through the end of the week. So
Oh, this Wednesday?
this couple days.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes.
Exciting. Do you know if it's a boy or girl?
We don't know. We kept it a secret intentionally.
Well, if it's a girl, you can always name her Stephanie.
Huh.
If it's a boy, you can always name him Stephen.
There you go.
There you go. I just helped you out.
It's perfect. I'll let my wife know.
Yeah. All right. So, Ms. Ferguson, on this, can you recall it for the week of August 21st? Is that good for you, counsel?
Take a look, Judge. It's August 21st. I'm in a jury trial in Val Verde.
How about August 14th that week? Or either the week of August 28th?
What day specifically?
Oh, you tell me. It's just gonna come back for a plea deadline date.
Okay, the 15th right now, August 15th is wide open for me.
Norma, can we do August 15th?
Okay.
And state, will you be prepared to tender an offer by then?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, we'll come back on August 15th. Once he signs the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Yes, plea deadline, and states you'll need to tender that offer to him off docket.
That's fine, Judge. I've got his email.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
In your honor, Myra Aguilar, city manager, type box.
All right, thank you.
And I can call Sarah Mays to have it come down.
All right, thank you.
And I just sent a text message to the defense counsel as well.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. How about Beverly?
Steve Terrazas. All right, have you conferred with the state on this motion?
I have, Judge.
All right, who's the prosecutor?
I spoke to Brittany.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 0035, State of Texas versus Steve Terrazas Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense?
Bar for defense, Your Honor.
All right, and are you Mr. Terrazas Jr.? All right, your counsel has filed a motion requesting that you be allowed contact with minor children, specifically so that you can reside with your sister and her family. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge, and I can clear that up just a bit. Yeah, the wording might have been a little awkward on the motion, but he's continued to live with his mother throughout the pendency of this case, and with no problems. He's been on GPS. He's doing well. As far as I understand, he has no violations whatsoever. However, his sister, Desire Terrazas, who I believe is logged on to the court's Zoom.
No, she's not in the.
Okay, we just got an indication from her that she was attempting to log on.
Okay.
She has two children. I believe one of them is 1 year-old and the other is a 2-year-old boys. And she's having a financial hardship currently, so she needs a place to live, and mother is willing to open up her home to her, so she has a place for her and the boys to live. So the request is that he be able to continue to live there with his mother as he has been, and allow, with no objections from the mother, from Desire, allow her to move in and him to have contact. They would be supervised, of course, Your Honor, but that's the request.
Your Honor, we have not spoken to the sister. I can represent to the court that I'm assuming defense is in agreement that the victim in this case is a teenage female. So it's not similar age, Your Honor. However, with the nature of the charge, it's not something that we would agree to. But I can represent to the court that it is not the same age child, the victim.
All right. I do have a letter in here, and I'm assuming because the person hasn't zoomed in, I do have this unsigned letter from Desire or Desiree Terrazas saying that she's aware of the charges against her brother. I will be moving back in with my family temporarily, and I do not have any safety concerns about my children. I do believe my children will be safe. So here's the court's issue. I know that the state is saying that the alleged complainant in this case is a teenager, correct?
That's right, Your Honor.
And what age are we talking about?
15.
All right, so we're talking about 15. But I still have concerns because of the nature of the offense. It's an aggravated sexual assault child. And these are children. And sometimes, and I'm not saying that the case that you're here on is true or not. I haven't heard any facts. But I do know that sometimes when people are residing in a house, people get a little bit lax sometime with their conditions. And if you tell them this person is to have no unsupervised contact, then the next thing you know, somebody is, well, I just need to run to the store real quick. I don't feel like putting children in a car seat. It'll only be a few minutes. And this is as much for your protection as anyone else. So that's the court's concern.
And just briefly, if Your Honor, if I may, to speak to part of that. Initially, when he was first placed on bond, it was no contact completely. So he resided with his grandmother for just a little while. The court was approached on a motion to allow him to live with his parents, with his mother again. And their, I believe his siblings are minor children, and he was in the court, having heard on that motion, did allow him to do so. Again, as far as I understand, Judge, there's been no problems, no violations, nothing of that
Is
sort.
there a reason he can't live with his grandmother?
I think that was, I believe maybe it was her. This was a tough situation. I can't really speak to the specifics on that, Judge, but I think it was just a probably a smoother living
All right,
experience.
you're not under oath. I'm not going to take you under oath, but is there a reason why you can't live with your grandmother? And what is the reason?
She wanted more money.
Okay. Well, can't something be worked out where his sister can say where she is, and maybe instead of paying his mother, he can pay the sister or something?
My understanding, Judge, now is that
Or has she already moved?
no, she has not. As far as I know, she has not, Judge. But my understanding is that Steve, just out of an abundance of caution, has stayed in the home, is not wanting to violate any aspect of the court's rulings whatsoever. And so I know that he has some freedom of movement, even while on GPS, but he's trying to be as steady and stable throughout the pendency of this. And so again, this situation kind of presented itself, not through any fault of his. It seems like it's just something that Desire herself needs in order to, I guess, and at this point, maybe I'm getting into speculation here, but to get back on her feet, to be solvent again enough to be able to have a place of her own.
All right. Well, I can tell you all that she hasn't zoomed in. These are the answers I need to questions. One, I need to know how many bedrooms are in that home by whoever it is. Two, I need to know where everybody's going to be sleeping. And Mr. Terrazas, I'm not saying that you would do anything to, I guess, your nephews, but I still need some insurances as far as people understanding my ruling if I were to allow you to stay there. And one of the things, I need to know how many bedrooms there are, who's going to be sleeping where.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll see if I can get her on, Judge. I thought she was
Sure.
logging on when we got called up here. That's why I came up to the court.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I just want to correct something. The victim she's about to turn 15. At the time of the offense, she was 13, which is why it's aggravated.
All right.
Thank you. I'll reapproach Your Honor once I have the that in place. and those
Okay,
answers.
sure.
Thank you.
They're gonna reapproach on that one. Who's here on Brittany Brubaker? All right, Ms. Brubaker, come up.
Forget which side of me.
Oh, you're on this side. Court is calling 2021 CR 8728B, State of Texas versus Brittany Marie Brubaker. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
Meredith Chacon for Ms. Brubaker, Your Honor.
Are you Brittany Brubaker?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Brittany Marie Brubaker who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 8728B for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on February 23rd, 2022 for a term of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Brittany Marie Brubaker did in there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of March 2023 in violation condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Waive the remaining violation.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 6 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor. It is to deny the motion and continue with her on her preferred.
She's on regular.
Probation, Your Honor, and have her attend the state contracted ISF cognitive track, remain in custody until treatment bed is available. In addition, transfer the probationer to ISP and complete the intensive outpatient treatment.
All right, is that the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right. So I see here that you've been here before for not following the court's conditions of probation. So why are you not reporting?
I just messed up.
No, I mean, there has to be a reason. You know, you're looking at 6 years in prison. When you have a contract, when you're on probation, the contract is not between your attorney and the state. I don't have to follow their agreement. The contract is with the court. So why are you not reporting? Would you like to go to prison?
No.
Then why are you behaving as though you want to go to prison? Because last time you were here and I didn't hear the motion of Judge Her heard the motion, there was a violation of condition number 2 and number 14 that you pled true to. And the conditions were alternate minute for SATIF, followed by aftercare, weekly UAs for 2 months. And there's to be CPS compliance. So why are you not doing what you need to do?
I went to go take a drug test on the day I got out, January 18th. And they didn't submit it till the 19th. So I was getting more consequences for them not submitting it to the 19th.
So what is the March? You're not reporting in March. What does that have to do with them not submitting things?
I just got discouraged.
Any questions?
No, Judge, I did have a conversation with my client about that being a poor choice and that she needed to own up to it and that the cognitive track they were offering her might help her with better decision making.
And what is happening with the CPS case?
It got closed.
So were her rights terminated or?
No, Your Honor, her son lives with her dad, which is where she was living.
Probation? So is this a good fit ISF and did she ever complete SATIF?
Your Honor, she did 119 days in SATIF. The aftercare is where it kind of went awry. What Mr. Garahan stated, that is what the recommendation is from the probation department.
Okay. All right, I'm going to give you a choice. Sometimes I can give people choices, sometimes I cannot. I will grant the motion and sentence you to 2 years in the prison, or I will follow the recommendation that's been tendered. Which would you prefer?
The 2.
You want to speak to your attorney about that or no?
Yeah. That's what I said.
Okay. All right, I'll deny the motion. Alternate main conditions to include state ISF cognitive, followed by ISP. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
I would say after she is released from state ISF, a complete intensive outpatient treatment.
All right.
Maybe, weekly reporting for a month.
All right, that'll be followed by intensive outpatient treatment with probation. And instead of weekly reporting, we'll just do the UA hotline until further notice.
That's fine.
Is there anything else that you need from the court? All right, in this court, communication is key. If there's an issue and you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. I'm here. You understand? Now, is there anything else you need to be successful? All right, do not come back here for not reporting again. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
We'll have a seat.
And could Anthony Zamora has zoomed in. And are you ready for, his mother did not show?
The mom was not aware that she had to come today. I made contact with her. She said she'll be giving me the paperwork within the hour.
Ah,
through
okay.
Email.
All right. So, Ms. Ferguson, let me see the case on Aguilar. All right, Mr. Aguilar, if you come down. All right, your mother has informed the public defender's office that she is going to be emailing the documentation that they need today within the hour. So we're still set for August 8th for something to be completed with your case. Do you understand? All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. We'll have you brought back on August 8th.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Chance, Judge.
No, it's just Anthony Zamora.
Okay.
No one else.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Manuel Rodriguez, and then afterwards we'll take you up, Mr. Zamora.
Thank you, Judge.
Who's here for Manuel Rodriguez? Ah, these are motions, right? Just give me a moment. Let me take this up first. All right, Mrs. Zamora.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your
It's
client is not here.
yes. He's still in federal custody, Judge. I spoke with his dad about 3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
It looks like he's going to be there for a while longer. I probably before next setting can actually see if we can get rid of a few of these and see if
Has he been sentenced in federal custody?
No, he has not.
Because the last time we were here, there's supposed to be a sentencing date in November 2022.
Correct. And Judge, I can update the court personally on this. I did find out some information.
And Brittany, this is your case.
Yeah, I can, may I come in there next week and speak with you, and I'll speak with the prosecutor as well.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Mark Ivy, can you recall this for, you say next week, counsel?
Yes, Judge, anytime after that, Monday's going to be very bad, but anytime towards the end of that following week, I will make it a point to go in there. Let me see what I've got.
All right.
I can be there on the 9th, Judge, if the court is available.
Norma, are you able, not the 9th. It'll have to be the 7th or the 8th or the 10th.
Judge, may we do the 10th?
Norma, are we able to put this on the 10th for them to get dates? All right, so we'll come back on August 10th for an update.
Okay, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And State, if you can check too, to see what's happening with him on the federal side.
Okay, I'll see what I can find out.
All right, thank you. Counsel. I believe your person has logged in. Is it Desiree?
And I think it's pronounced desire.
All right, Desire. Okay. Look at me just mispronouncing things left and right. Oh, and this one's done. All right, Steve Terrazas. And then afterwards, we'll take up the motions on Rodriguez. All right. Are you able to hear us? Oh, she's connecting to audio. All right, can you unmute for me, please?
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes, I can hear you. All right, we're back on the record in 2023 CR 0035, State of Texas versus Steve Terrazas. Defense, would you like to call Miss Desire Terrazas?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Desire Terrazas.
All right, defense.
Hi,
Oh,
Desire.
I'm sorry, 1 second. Any objections to the witness appearing by video, State?
No.
Defense?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Terrazas, any objection to the witness appearing by video?
No, ma'am.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you. Hi, Desire. Just want to make sure that we're clear on this motion. What we're here for is there was a request that you be allowed to move in to your mother's house with your children. Although Steve does reside at that address, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And could you tell the court how many children you have?
I have 2 children.
Okay. And what are their ages?
I have a boy who is 1 year old and the other one is 8 months.
8 months. Okay. And you've sent us, our office, a statement stating that you have no concerns about Steve being around your children. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And another court has expressed some concerns, and I want to explain this to you that that there's always safety measures that are in place to make sure that there's no problems, no issues with the safety of your children. Will they be supervised at all times when it comes to being around Steve?
Yes, they will be.
Okay. And you know what the nature of the charges are that he's currently facing, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And just to make it clear to the court, what do you know about the charges, what they are?
I know what he's being charged for. That's as far as
You don't
I
have
don't
to give the exact legal name of it, but what do you know it to be?
He's not allowed to be around children under a certain age.
And are you aware that this is a sex-based allegation?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And it has to do with the allegation has to do with someone who is underage. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And knowing all of those things, are you still telling the court that you have no concerns and that you would like to be able to reside with your children in the same household as Steve Terrazas?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And to my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, the house, your mother's house, has 3 bedrooms. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And Steve resides actually in a room detached from the house. Is that right?
Yes, it's an outhouse in the front of the house and it's totally separate from the main house.
Okay. And should you move into the house, where will you be staying?
with your-
In the main house, all the way in the last room.
Okay, very good. I think Judge, at this point, we'll pass the witness.
All right, any questions?
Just briefly, where will the children be during the day? Are they gonna be
The-
home?
No, yes, they're gonna be with me, but my son, I'm waiting to get them into a like it's a early education center.
Okay, do you know when that may happen?
It's gonna happen in about like 2 months.
No further questions.
All right, so are you telling the court that your brother, he doesn't actually live inside the home?
Yes,
All right, this detached, is it a detached room that he lives in?
yes, it's the little house in the front.
And this house that's in the front, does it have plumbing, its own bathroom, or no?
No, it doesn't.
So is it just a room?
It's just a room, yes.
All right, you understand if the court were to allow this, that your brother is not allowed to be around your children unsupervised?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you able to do that?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Are you employed?
I am.
What are your hours?
I work the night shift, so I'm working from 5:30 to 2 a.m., but my parents are here as well. They would be there in the afternoon. So those are the ones who are going to help me out.
Okay, so 5:30 to 2 a.m. And what
Yes,
days
ma'am.
of the week are this?
Monday through Friday.
And at the home, who would all be living there? So it would be you, your two children. Who else is in the home?
My mom, my dad, and my little brother. And that'll be it.
And your little brother, how old is he?
He is 7.
All right, any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
No.
Any other questions? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, State, do you have any objections?
Your Honor, given that he lives in a separate home other than shared facilities, and if contact will be supervised, then I do not have an objection.
All right, so Ms. Terrasas, based
Yeah.
upon state's input and your testimony to the court and the defense's input, I will allow him to reside at the current location with the understanding that he actually lives in a detached room that's detached from the home, and he's not to have any unsupervised contact with minors. So what that means, I understand it's a family. People are probably cooking dinner. He comes in to have dinner, breakfast, or use the facilities, but he is not to do that if there are children in the home and they are unsupervised.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, so
Yes.
Mr. Terrasas, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing with defense, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm going to add, just so everybody is clear, defendant is to reside in the detached, I'll call it a detached home, even though I know it's just a room. He's to reside in the detached home and there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Is there anything else that needs to be added?
No, Your Honor, I don't think so.
All right, thank you. I'll fill this out, and if you want to get a copy, you'll be able to get a copy.
Very well, Judge. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time, Judge.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. And counsel,
Yes,
if you want to put, can you give me the address? If
yes.
you'll write it on here, please,
Yes.
and I'll put it in the motion. All right, Ms. Terrasas, you're excused.
Thank you.
He's gonna put in the address. Jose Jose Manjares, who's the attorney?
Your Honor, it's not an attorney, it's compliance.
Come forward, please. Hello, thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, so Mr. Manjares. Or Manjares. All right, thank you. I'm working on my pronunciations. So we have an issue. And the issue is with drug use. So they're requesting a residential treatment. Yes or no? You understand?
Residential treatment, can you explain me a little bit more about it?
That means that you will receive treatment inpatient, and hopefully that will help you with any drug issues you may be having, because it appears that you won't stop using marijuana.
I already stopped using marijuana.
All right, if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Positive, but not for marijuana. Well, but anyways, it's a drug.
No, because the problem is, and I understand people say marijuana stay in your system, but this marijuana has been in your system since February 2022. It should be gone by now.
Yeah, it should.
So why, and you were positive in March for marijuana of this year. And in May of this year, you're positive for marijuana. From March to May, there should not be marijuana in your system.
I went to a rehab treatment, and I just get out of there like a month ago.
So you've been in inpatient treatment.
Yes, Your Honor.
You should have led with that.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
No problem. Let me see. That's what you need to lead with. Judge, I've been to inpatient treatment.
Your Honor, this has been, it's been a while since the supplemental report was submitted.
Okay.
And so, the update, but we didn't have the compliance hearing because he was in that residential facility. So, from my understanding, he was in the facility for a little over a month.
All right. So when's the last time you used marijuana or anything illegal?
Last week I relapsed.
See, that, I mean,
Yeah.
So it appears that it did not work. And do you need an interpreter? Because I see written on here.
No, I got it.
All right, so we need to figure out what to do with you, because you won't stop using marijuana. And I realize people say marijuana is not a big to do, but in Texas, it's a big to do because it's illegal.
Yeah.
And you just won't stop using marijuana. That's a problem.
But what I want to say is that since I get out of rehab, I stopped smoking marijuana.
But no, you just told me you relapsed recently.
Yeah, but something else.
See, yeah, I mean, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Did you start using?
Man. I just wanted to let you know, but I'm trying my hardest to.
I know, and we're going to try to work with you, but obviously you have a problem because you're looking at 10 years in prison.
Yes.
And you can't give up marijuana.
Well, marijuana for sure, I really leave it alone.
But here's the thing, you go from marijuana to now it's meth and it's something else.
Yeah.
So why are you using?
I know it's not an excuse, but when I was in rehab, my dad passed away. Just me being in rehab, and he was outside, I wasn't able to see him.
Mhm.
And then coming outside,
Oh, you could have seen him. People come to court all the time and say, Judge, this is what's happened in my life. Can I go see my relative? And I say, sure.
Yeah, they let me go 2 days to go see him and say bye to him. They thought that I was not gonna come back rehab because of the situation. Pero I made it back and pero the problem is now that I'm outside, things are not being easy for me. Since he's not here, I know it's no excuse. I know I'm a grown up man, pero my mom and my family is the one that if I still want to be clean and I want to be a better, they still look at me and treat me like I'm a drug addict, you know, and that breaks me down really bad all the time. My mom telling me that my dad is dead because of me and stuff like that. It only caused me to sometimes I prefer just to be in jail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I can tell you. People who have addictions, and this is from me during research, this is from me being involved in treatment courts, this is from me watching documentaries. When people have addictions, you will always have that addiction, right?
Yes.
But it's just a matter of, are you going to bend to temptation? Because every day is a day for you not to use. Every day is a day for you to wake up and say, I won't use today. From my understanding, nobody is supposed to say, I'm not going to use for 2 weeks or 10 years. No, it's supposed to be every day. That's supposed to be your mantra, because you can easily fall off the wagon. Something bad happens. And instead of pulling out the tools in your toolbox to stop you from using, you break down and use.
Yeah.
So are you able to go back to inpatient at the previous treatment facility?
Well, I just get fired of my job last week. Well, this past Monday. Right now I don't have any medical insurance.
Mhm.
So I'm working on having a job for tomorrow. And then if I'm able to get medical insurance, I'm gonna be able to go back to rehab if that what you want.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. In probation, I say this is what we're going to do, but let me know if this seems like a good idea to you. Put him on intensive outpatient treatment and put him on the UA hotline. And if his levels increase, then we're going to have to file a motion to revoke. What are your thoughts?
Do you feel like you need residential treatment more than outpatient treatment, or?
To be honest, it's up to you guys. I mean, I really want to stop doing this, but the thing is the family, I mean, it's still treating me like no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, they still fucking kicking me in the ass all the time.
No, the thing is, what I was looking at, he was saying that he may be employed next week, and then he'll be able to do it through his insurance. So when are you expecting this employment to happen?
What, this week already?
All right. So that's why I'm thinking about doing the intensive.
Your Honor, if it's okay, we go ahead and modify the conditions for the intensive outpatient and the UA hotline. I would like to get an update from the CSO in regards to his employment status by the end of next week, and then maybe if the employment status is still unemployed, possibly status.
Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to do. You understand? So it's very important that you remain clean and do the 90 sober meetings in 90 days. You need to do sober meetings every day, because you will meet people who have the same struggles that you have. And I'm going to tell you something that I would always tell my clients. And this is what you have to realize. When you have addictions, I'm sure that you were dishonest with your parents. You didn't tell them, hey, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to go smoke some marijuana. I'm going to do drugs. You told them stories that were not true. And so right now, your level of trust with your mom or your level of trust with your family is probably less than zero. And you can't expect I'm on this new path. I'm clean and sober now. So everybody just know I'm clean and sober and forget about everything that's happened in the past. That's not the way life works. So you have to build up their trust. And continuing to use is not building up their trust, and it's not building up your trust with the court. You understand?
Okay.
All right, so let's do that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Samantha Saldana. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
So you're asking to be, I think, removed from the device. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Let me just tell you why you're not going to be removed from the device. Because you have had confirmed tampers with the device, and your last one was July 7th. So even though your conditions are you're to be on this for, let me see, half the term, you can't be on something for half the term and not be successful in compliance with it. So it's not going to be removed. If you want it to be removed, you need to come back to me with 3 months of compliance. And that means no tampers, none of that. Then I will consider removing. Do you understand? But as long as you have tampers, do not even ask me to remove the device. You understand? That's either yes or no.
Yes, but I've been on it since 2019 and I've been having these issues since then. And I really don't have any control of any of that because it's an ankle monitor that's on my ankle, and tampers are going to happen because either the clothes that I'm wearing is getting stuck in between, but I can tell you that I'm using zero
No, they're
alcohol.
saying July 7th, 2023 from 9:27 a.m. to 2 p.m. Alcohol detected at 11:28 a.m. And then May 19th, 2023, they're saying alcohol detected at 9:55 a.m. and also at 10:26 a.m. So if you think there's an issue with that and you say you're not using, and the fact that I'm receiving reports that it's positive for alcohol, then they will be more than available to exchange it. But I'm not removing you're on for DWI. I'm not removing a device when you have alcohol detected. It's not going to happen. So do not come back to the court asking for the device to be removed when I have reports that there's been tamper and there's confirmed alcohol use. Understand? All right, thank you. Rogelio Sanchez.
My face.
Hello.
One.
Good morning.
This when I'm conferring diligently with the prosecution on this case. And what I'm asking for Judge is that if we can just recall it to the end of the week. And
What is this going to be taken care of the end of the week?
We can try to get resolved one way or the other, Judge. But if I can get to the end of the week, I think I can do it.
All right, it'll be Thursday.
That's fine, Judge.
And after that, you all are going to jury trial.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall Rogelio Sanchez on Thursday, please?
All
right, we'll see you back on August 3rd. And Rodriguez, if you all will come forward. And just so everyone knows, we are recessing at 12 o'clock. Not 12:05, 12 p.m. And everything else will be recalled for a different time. All right, we're going to go on the record in 2023 CR 6330, State of Texas versus Manuel Rodriguez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
for the defense?
Paula Ramirez for Manuel Rodriguez.
And are you Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
And counsel, are you listed?
I believe you added me last time we were here.
No. I mean, you'd have to file a motion.
Oh, Lee Cutter is my senior attorney. She's the main attorney on the case.
Okay, she needs to be here unless you're listed as the attorney on the case.
We may have had a misunderstanding about if I was added or not.
Okay, all right, it's just, it has to be filed.
Okay, I'll make sure it's filed.
All right, if you all do that, and we'll take this up later today.
Your Honor, we have an agreement on the majority. If that they're unopposed.
All right, if you all will, we'll take this up later today, but you have to be on the list. Otherwise, the motions that we're doing, whether you all agree to them or not, it's technically not valid. So if you want to file something now and put yourself down as second chair or whatever, they have notices in the back and you can do it real quickly.
Okay.
Sure. Enrique Mendez. Hello. So where are we, counsel?
That's a good question. The party that has filed the affidavit of trade surrenders hasn't appeared. I put the file on the desk because you're leaving promptly at noon.
Yes.
I just asked that again, if they're not here, then just sign it this afternoon. We're not in disagreement with it being signed.
Mhm.
Just ask for it to be signed this afternoon, and that way my client can walk through tomorrow morning. And do
Okay,
that.
well, they're not present. Ms. Ferguson, I believe this is already recalled for August, what date?
I don't have that.
Is it August 22nd? No, it can't, let me see.
August 22nd.
Yes, so we're already called for August 22nd. And I'll note that the parties who wish to be withdrawn from his surety are not present.
If we could just be notified, I'm not sure if they try to approach later on. We just want to be notified, that way we can walk him through the proper.
Sure,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
I mean, my client, have excuse.
I just have
Mhm. Okay. All right, so my understanding is they do want off the bond through text. So I will sign it at 1:30.
Perfect, Judge. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
very much.
You're welcome. And do you need the reset form for the August 22nd date?
Yes, Judge. I haven't actually been notified of that one.
Okay, thank you. Valerie Ramos. Court is calling 2018 CR 12683. Off the record for a moment. And Norma, Cornelius has another case on the docket. Court is calling 2018 CR 12683, State of Texas versus Valerie Ann Ramos. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Todd McCray for Valerie Ramos.
And are you Valerie Ramos? Showing you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision, and state's motion of supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke probation. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Valerie Ann Ramos who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 12683 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 1 to 4 grams on July 18, 2019 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes.
State?
Violated condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant Valerie Ann Ramos did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of November and December of 2022, January, February, March, April, May, and June of 2023 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
And Your Honor, we waived and abandoned the other violations alleged in the motions.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5? Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
Your Honor, there's an agreement in part. We've conferred with the defense and state have conferred, and we want to agree to extend her for 2 years, complete the jail tap, and follow the recommendations, which is the probation recommendation with the 0 tolerance regarding reporting. We disagree about the 60-day jail sanction. We are asking the court to follow probation's recommendation for the 60-day jail sanction. But I believe defense would like to be heard on the judge.
All right, yes.
Judge, on behalf of Ms. Ramos, she fell into some very difficult circumstances, which I believe she reported to probation that she didn't have a phone and she had lost her housing and she was living in a car and she had no electricity. She tells me that she also had a stroke in May of this year, and so she was hospitalized. She's not experiencing any mental symptoms or physical symptoms, and she says that she's okay now. She does have a place to go, so she won't be homeless anymore. She would like to live with her daughter, Alexandra. She says Alexandra didn't have a place to stay during the period that I'm describing, and that's why she was living in a car during that period of time. She did complete the IOP treatment with the Bexar County BCC SCD on December the 10th of 21. I found her to be very cognizant of her responsibilities to the court. She is agreeing to an extension of the term, although that term technically expired in early in July of this year. She's been in custody, Judge, about 30. She was arrested on July the 2nd of this year. So she's been in custody about a little less than 30 days. And we just wanted you to consider that in terms of if there needed to be an additional sanction if the court follows the agreement and extends her probation. That's our plea to the court. She's 42 years old. And I think she does want to satisfactorily complete this. And I think given the change in circumstances, she tells me she feels like she would be able to do that successfully if the court would extend her.
All right. So can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Valerie Ramos,
All right. Your daughter, how old is she?
23.
Does she have children?
Yes, she does.
What are their ages?
8, 5, 3, and 5 months.
And so I'm assuming she's on housing.
No. She has a
So
house.
why didn't she have a house before?
They were fixing it.
Who was
remodeling
they?
it. My daughter and her husband were fixing the house. So,
All right, so where is she staying now? She's staying in a home or an apartment?
and she's living in that house, 2, 3, 4 when I'm at home.
When's the last time you used drugs?
It's been a while before my stroke.
All right. What I can tell you is I'll extend you, but I'm going to extend you for 3 years. I'll do, the TAP evaluation will be while in custody. It's going to be following whatever recommendations TAP evaluation is recommending. Or if you would like, I'll revoke you and sentence you to 2 years. Which would you prefer?
The extension.
All right, I'll deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions, extend her for 3 years. There's to be a TAP evaluation while in custody. She's to follow all recommendations of TAP. If TAP says inpatient treatment, then you're going into inpatient treatment. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. So that means you are not allowed to be their babysitter or any of that. Do you understand?
Yes.
Probation, is there anything else?
You understand, Ms. Ramos?
Anything else from either side?
No, you're.
All right, we're off the record from here on out. Everything that you do, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. 1, is this something that could result in me potentially going to prison for 10 years? If the answer is yes, do not do it. If the answer is maybe, do not do it. And number 1, you need to report. The fact that you were living in your car, there is no excuse for not reporting because you could have driven that car to the probation office. And if you were living in your car, I know you didn't go without food for that entire time. You could have asked somebody, could I use your cell phone? I need to call my probation officer. But again, all you had to do was drive to probation. It's here in Bear County and they would have taken you. You understand?
Yes.
All right. And there's no gang affiliation with her, is there?
No.
All right. What's up with the Batman tattoo?
I like Batman.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. You know, people always tell me with Batman, is he really a superhero because he has no superpowers?
Judge, he's out there trying to do right, and he's just relying upon his humanity to do that.
You know, there's a where all of them are sitting down at the Justice League trying to figure out who should be in charge of things. So Superman is there and he was telling Batman, yeah, you shouldn't lead. And then Batman is telling him, hey, kryptonite, that's your weakness. And he's like, not many people have kryptonite. He's like, kryptonite is all over the place. And then with Green Lantern, he's like, yellow.
Did they put Batman in charge?
Yeah, they ended up doing that. But, well, no, they left it up to the debate. The reason why they said, because he went through everybody at the table, but when they got to Wonder Woman, he didn't have anything. They're like, she doesn't have a weakness.
I like Batman because of the saying. The saying is, why do we fall? So we can learn to get back up.
Ah, well, I like Batman too. I guess that's his superpower. But Shazam has no weaknesses. But okay. All right. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, Manuel Rodriguez, this is it. And then we are out for the day. And Norma, Mr. Cox needs to come back and tell him he needs to be here at 1:30 if he has someone on the docket still. Yeah, why is Jonathan Yost on the docket? Well, he needs to be back here. Tell him he needs to be back here. All right, Manuel Rodriguez. Court is calling 2023 CR 6330, State of Texas versus Manuel Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense?
Holly Ramirez for Manuel Rodriguez.
All right. And you're Mr. Rodriguez. All right, state has filed a motion to adopt state's motions and notices under the old cause number. Any objection?
No objection.
All right, then that will be granted. All right, motion for production of copies of search and arrest warrants, affidavits, returns, and photographic and videotaped evidence. Have you all had a chance to review that?
Yes, Your Honor, I don't believe there are any warrants that would be applicable under it, but if we have them, Your Honor, we agree.
So you're in agreement with this motion?
Yes. Your Honor.
All right, the motion to suppress, that will be carried with trial. All right, state's witness list.
I believe we've already complied under the old cause number, but no objection.
I believe that's correct, Your Honor.
All right, and there are other things in this motion. For example, the criminal record of each witness, that's usually turned over. Well, not turned over, you're allowed to view it, but they're not allowed to print you a copy.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, and they're in the file. They've been in the file.
Okay. Motion to suppress physical evidence, that'll be carried with trial. Motion in limine.
And Your Honor, we ask that that be carried with trial as well.
All right, so with regards to the motion in limine, I don't know anything about this case other than what he's charged with. So on any motion in limine, any extraneous offense or misconduct, you all just need to approach before you go into that.
Yes.
Exculpatory and mitigating evidence and discovery, arrest and conviction records of state's witnesses.
Agreement. It's the same issue. The records are in the file.
And if it helps at all, Your Honor, I believe we just refiled the things we had under the previous cause.
Okay,
So
no
that-
problem. All right, motion to reveal agreements.
There are no agreements. Your Honor.
Okay. The court reporter always takes the record. Motion for voir dire of experts. Yes, that's always allowed at trial if you wish to have that. Disclose any expert witnesses.
We've again already put that on our witness list, Your Honor.
Okay. 404B notice,
Understood.
and this is just, they'll have to do it. Identification hearing.
I don't believe that's really an issue in this.
I also don't believe
case.
it's an issue.
All right, are you withdrawing that?
We would, since I'm not the author of the motion, I would like to just have it be an agreed motion, if that's okay.
I mean, if there's no photo lineup or anything of that nature, but if it becomes an issue,
This will be
we'll agree
taken
to
up with
revisit
trial.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, is there anything else?
That is all for the defense, Your Honor.
All right, and Norma, we already have a jury trial date for this. What date is that? All right. And Caroline, can you pull the old file on this so that the person who's hearing this will have both files? All right, is there anything else?
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. That was quick. Thank you, guys.
I want you to think Top Gun, fly into the plea before 12 zone. Do you have the certification?
Oh, I'm sorry.
The application for deferred, but oh, they're over there, that's right. Walk right by.
Okay. Michael DeLeon? Hello. Yes.
Your Honor, I believe Enrique Mendez does not like our representation and wanted to hire a new attorney.
Yes. So
And-
I have signed it. And so they're going to put it in the system and you'll be relieved of the surety. Is there anything else?
There's nothing else, Your Honor.
Awesome. So
Thank you.
what are you up to today?
I'm in the Angelini impact court on the second floor, which is hot, very, very hot in there. And the prosecutor on my case
Mhm.
was picking a jury for murder in 226.
Ah.
I told that to Angelini. He was not impressed.
Yeah.
So
It's like next, bring whoever's here.
just in wait mode right now, which is fine. So I'm actually going back down there to double check on things.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Good seeing you.
You
Thank
too.
Judge.
All right, Antonio Rios is going to be back. When are we bringing him back? Let's recall that, Norma, for tomorrow. And if his attorney is not here, we'll have to call Mac. And then Matamoros with Robert Guyana.
Yes. Mr. Guyana's case will be dismissed.
Okay.
Using the union, we have a plea for you. You turn it into third on a robbery.
Okay, all righty. Alberto Soto. Yes.
Good morning, Judge. This is our first thing. I've got a little bit more discovery to do. There's some videos I've got to look at. He's here. Jason doesn't really want to give an offer just yet. Until
Okay.
him and I both have looked at all the videos.
All right.
So,
They haven't seen the discoveries.
Okay, how much how much time?
A week or so. I don't need a lot of time.
That's fine with the state.
Okay. Norma, on Alberto Soto, if you can recall this in 2 weeks,
That's fine. That'll work.
August 15th.
That'll work. Look at it.
Mr. Soto, we're going to bring you back on August 15th, so your attorney will have had a chance to review the discovery, okay? All right, thank you.
Good.
I'll set it right now. I just don't want to remove the wall.
And could I see the file on Norma on Zachary Dykey?
Soto, come on, Soto. Yes. You're rich. Oh, we'll go to that. I just didn't want to put that on.
And Norma on Dykey, recall that for tomorrow. Ah. When do you want to bring it back? Because of the nature of the offense, he's going to be in inpatient treatment.
Want to bring it back in 2 days?
Yes.
We can do like October 5th.
All right, if you'll let him know, he'll be back on October 5th. And Norma, make that a ghost date. We were so close to noon.
Oh, we can make it.
It's already 12:02.
Churchill in the Battle of Britain, they got really close, the narrow margin, remember that book?
Yes. Yes, we're just going to finish his plea.
I'm sorry. I also said, remember time.
How can we turn Mr. Otersdorf down?
Oh, thank you.
But we won't have to come back in the afternoon.
I have to see it. Thinking of that speech I had to make it, I think. Battle Francis over the battle. Battle. It's our institutions and our state, our Christian institutions. If we can hold on, here Hitler must break us in this island. If we can hold on, all Europe may be free and walk forward in broad sunlit uplands. But if we fail, the entire world, including the new world,
Oh, wow.
falling into the abyss of the new dark age, not made more sinister in the light of pervaded science. So let us so bear ourselves to our duty and so brace ourselves with the British Empire and British, but England, Britain, and Empire like 1,000 years, and we still say this was their finest hour.
Hey,
They were big on speeches in the 50s. Have you ever seen that movie, Darkest Hour, where he gets on the
Yes.
subway? What is your movie? They'll never take Piccadilly.
well, my mom, what she had to memorize was, these are the days that try men's souls, ashes to ashes, pole to pole. And I had to memorize the Gettysburg Address. And I also had to memorize Mark Anthony's eulogy to Caesar. Yeah, we didn't come, yeah, we came to bury him, not to praise him. And as I was reading that, the tide is about to turn. But you know, when I went to his gravesite, people are still upset with Mark Anthony and everybody to this day.
Oh, holding a grudge?
They are. And but there are people in Paris who are still holding a grudge against Marie Antoinette.
What they'll have to do when Trump dies, so like they did with Hitler, so there couldn't be a place to go.
But no, when I went to Luxembourg Gardens, I love Luxembourg Gardens because they have statues of all the queens. And the only queen that's not there is Marie Antoinette because they said she never lived there. And so this lady was explaining it to us, the history. And she was very upset. She said Marie Antoinette thought she was too good to live at Luxembourg Gardens. I'm okay. So they're very upset. And people are still very upset with how Julius Caesar died. And so they are hard pressed on that.
My daughter, so this was in France, I guess.
Mhm.
My daughter lived there for like 9 years.
Oh, wow.
Well, she knew how to speak French from way back. That was
Yeah.
little, she learned it. And then she went and lived in a French family, which I was opposed to. She was in 8th grade.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she learned a lot of French.
So how long was she there?
Well, she was there about 7 years. She lived right across the street from the cemetery where Jim Morris and
Mhm.
then she got a little.
Oh. So wait a minute, she was there from the 8th grade to when?
No. She was only there for about a month.
Mhm.
She went after she graduated from Austin in 95 or 6.
Mhm.
She went over to Florida, graduated.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
She met a guy. I was voting first state. And but anyway, she was over there and it was like, they didn't pay any attention.
Oh, wow.
Stay as long as you want.
Okay.
I'm not tired of that.
Okay.
But she's in that pretty much.
Okay. All right. So everyone, we're supposed to be done here by noon because we have things with the staff today.
Judge, I'm sorry, it's my fault. I forgot to draft information for this.
Okay.
Plea that we're trying to do. I'm doing it right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. No need to apologize. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
All right. On Yoast.
Yoast.
So isn't this for,
It's not segregated.
yes.
No.
Yeah, it's on the recall. It's,
Richard was trying to get hold of him to ask him a question about his witnesses, whether he can have them on Zoom or not. He spoke with Juanita last week, but I had ordered him today in case Richard wasn't able to get a hold of Cornelius last.
Okay.
That's the whole reason I have.
So what witnesses?
The witnesses from,
It was, the issue was gonna be Zoom, to Zoom or not to Zoom. That is the question.
All right, so you're not wanting him to be allowed to Zoom?
No, kind of. Times better when you see folks in the flesh.
All right, so that'll be a no. You will not agree to Zoom.
Not at this point.
No, I mean, it's either everybody's on, it's either both witnesses are on Zoom, like witnesses you call, they call, or either no witnesses are on Zoom.
No witnesses on Zoom. Can I see my guy? You getting back?
Oh, no, that time has elapsed.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
No,
I'm
no
sorry.
Zoom then. No
All
Zoom.
right,
Okay.
thank you.
No problem, guys.
I think
Go
I'm
back to
done.
Farzano.
Yes.
He's getting this finished
Sorry,
up.
cold.
Okay.
I talked to John Coons today, Judge, and we're be prepared to start tomorrow.
Okay.
He just asked times and stuff like that. I told him in the morning, and then usually we start and finish with short, I told him what we usually do is just pick and then start testimonial on Wednesday morning.
Oh, he's been in here, I think, twice for.
Oh, yeah,
jury
he was here
trials.
last week.
Yes, he was here last week, and he's actually been a special prosecutor in here
So
before.
he's playing with it.
He's playing with you.
playing with it.
Yeah.
All right, Judge, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, if I can have the people on Monos. Okay, I need to get the waiver.
Yes, sir, I'm drafting that right now.
That's okay. Let me ask you this, Deputy Laura, are you able to be back here at 1:30?
I'm completely at your beck and call, no matter what.
All right, can you hold him for 1:30? All right, we're gonna take this up at 1:30. That way there are no mistakes made, because sometimes when people start rushing, that's when mistakes are made. So we're gonna hold you, we're gonna bring you back at 1:30, okay?
Okay.
All right. So we'll come back at
We
1:30.
call Steve Harkowitz now to tell him it's good. Eating isn't though, okay?
All right.
Go ahead.